real. And then from there, for me, I think that's when the journey to healing started.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Karibuni sana. Welcome to Live Conversation. This is Wellness Monday, and as we told you before, this is that time where we have the conversation on emotional wellness. So as you can see, we are joined in by our guest. You're about to know who she is, and to remind you again, any question you have, feel free to write to us, and I know that you'll learn something today. So karibuni sana, and let's learn together. Welcome to Zoe TV.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us this morning. We really appreciate for your time.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe as a start, you can just go ahead and tell us, who you are, what is it that you do? Yes.
Thank you, Kamal, for hosting me today. I'm so glad to be in Zoe TV.
Yes.
My name, just like you said, I'm Regina Mwabila. I come from Nakuru. I'm in mental health practice.
Yes.
A clinical psychologist.
Yes.
But other than that, I'm married to one gentleman.
Yes.
That's so critical these days.
Very important.
To James Mwabila.
Yes.
I'm a mother of 4.
Wow.
3 born.
Yes.
4, 2 acquired. 6 actually.
Yes.
3 and 2 of my boys are married.
Yes.
And now I do quite a number of things.
Yes.
In Nakuru. I do the mental health practice. Actually, I go every other day.
Yes.
Where I receive clients, walk-ins.
Yes.
But I also get out there in the market and tell people about being well mentally, about transitioning from one age to another and taking it positively. I love what I do every other day.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, that's good to hear. Today we are tackling, one of the most sensitive topics. And maybe to me it's sensitive to our production team, but this is what you deal with every day, But even before we go there, I'm just to ask Regina, how did you get into this line? Mostly not everyone would run for that kind of profession, not unless it's a burden that you have. Mental health, mental wellness, and clinical. In fact, you should even tell us what is clinical, who is a clinical psychologist.
Okay.
Yes.
How did I get myself there? Let me be honest. Actually, I didn't know the psychology. I didn't know the psychiatrist. Where I grew from, nothing of this sort. We knew nurses, we knew teachers, and for our parents, that is what they thought we should be. So initially, I started by doing some bit of teaching. I taught for a while, but deep within, I knew this is not me.
Yes, you are mwalimu.
Mwalimu. I taught for a while.
Yes.
I left teaching. I became a clerical work somewhere in an organization.
Yes.
A government parastatal body.
Yes.
For a while. I also didn't feel like I was comfortable there. It was still my dad's choice. But from there, I went to business. I did business for a while.
Yes.
And as I was doing business, actually people would come to me, others older than me, they'll come with their issues, and I'll listen and advise.
Whoa.
Which is not right, because I shouldn't be advising people. Help them journey, navigate what they're going through, and then they make their decisions. Then, lucky to have a man who observes things. My husband was able to see how people come to me, how I listen and was like, you're such a grace to listen to people. And he told me, I think there's something you can do. Imagine, he went searching. He got a college for me. I went, and the first week I got into that class, I felt like, I've arrived.
This is what I've been looking for.
Oh my goodness, I've arrived. From there, Kamal, life has been, I mean, there's such a joy doing what you love doing. So I felt like I found me, and I've been running with that. Actually, I moved from a higher diploma to my degree, and actually I got somebody who helped me because when I became so interested, I started doing research. getting to know people who are doing it.
Yes.
And when I got to one doctor, he may not remember. I went and talked to him. He told me, Regina, when I listen to you, I think you can make a very good counselor.
Yes.
I would recommend you do a higher diploma. And I told him, no, doc.
Oh.
17 months, 16 months.
Yes.
Doing my higher diploma and I qualify, go do my degree. Told me, please.
Yes.
Allow me to guide you.
Yes.
Start from there. It will be good for you to be grounded. Do a higher diploma and then move up high.
Yes.
I went, where reluctantly, I did my higher diploma.
Yes.
I liked it.
You liked it. You loved it.
I actually, I really loved what I did.
Yes.
From there, I'm like, no, I need to know more because it's going to be grounded in what you want to do.
Yes.
I felt like I was thirsting and yearning for that knowledge, and I was convinced deep within me that God, this is what you created me for.
Yeah.
But then I'm a believer.
Yes.
I'm born again and I have a personal relationship with my God.
Very important.
Yes, I forgot that.
Yes.
So then I was like, this is not enough. Let me do my degree.
Yes.
I went and took my psychology, we call it a B in counseling psychology.
Counseling psychology.
I feel like I moved a bit high. So when I came back, actually when I was finishing my higher diploma, we did have a unit called business planning.
Yes.
In my mind, it was very clear the kind of a setup I would want to have to practice the psychology I was learning. I had a mental picture of my office.
Yes.
So when we're trying to do the planning, I do what I do.
You already had it in your mind. You already know this is
what I want. So by the time I was finishing my higher diploma and started an office in Nakuru,
yes.
then when I was doing my degree and practicing, I realized it's something I'm not getting a breakthrough. I'm having clients with addictions, and they don't seem to be getting any better. And I felt very frustrated because I think I love results. So then, what do I need to do? I feel like I need to understand what happens in the thinking, in the mind of these people that we seem to be doing so well, and then you regress, and I'm getting a bit frustrated. Still in some conversation with a few people, and they tell me, Regina, you know what you can do? Get some bit of clinical knowledge, which of course deals with the mental. You're able to understand a number of things, their mental processes, their neurons, and you can be able to understand why the addict is behaving the way they're behaving. Where do I do this? I'm like, okay, Nakuru, no. Of course, I did some bit of research again. I came to Nairobi. I went to SIU, and I did my clinical psychology. I came back to now the practice, where I feel like, getting it. But I made up my mind. I do not want to deal with the addicts now. No.
Why? How was it? How was the experience?
I think it's the healing process can never be certain. Addicts live a day at a time. And I feel like the expectations at times are so high. And when you don't meet the expectations, the backlash is on you. They feel like you did do what you need to be doing, but it's not me. Of course, the chemical, the biology of this person has been interfered with, the chemical imbalances, the relapse. So they have a higher responsibility to themselves, but we normally look to the person doing it. You feel like you're not doing enough. So I feel like I do not have the energy for the addict. Let me deal with families. Let me prepare people for marriages. Let me have the teens we have a talk. The youth I want to go know what they're going through, and I work with them. It gives me a lot of satisfaction. There's so much joy when you hold the hands of a boy leaving high school, getting to campus. They are able to navigate without being drawn to there's so many things that are happening. Helping them find identity. Oh my Kamal, that makes me happy.
Wow. That's good to hear. You see, even before we go to our topic today, I love the fact that we've also been just, we are able to, we've touched on addicts and all that. But I just want to give you a minute. Now, as a professional and as a mom, and as a person who has been in that, that situation where you've dealt with addicts, because we deal here with the young people. Are you just able to speak to a young person and tell them why they need to take care of themselves and not allow themselves to get to this lifestyle? Not just easy for young people as they get into it.
Yeah.
Sana sana wanasemanga ni sherehe. You know, I'm just having fun. Then later on, it becomes a problem. And no one believes, because young people, we are told, you know, it will get to a point where it will need you to go to hospital to be okay. And they don't listen. Can you just give them an advice in 1 minute before we come back to our topic?
These are people that are so core to me. I'm a mother of over 23. My last one is 23 years.
Yes.
And having raised them, I think I have knowledge of what it means to raise a teenager. And I would really ask you, are you young men? Are you young at heart? Are you, I mean, know that one thing I really encourage you is to know that your parents love you. We honestly love you, and we would like to do, we would really want to bring heaven down for you, to make you find your direction. Because for a young man, what you need is ability to understand who you are, why you live every day, and also imagine what you'll be in 5 years to come. Because as days go by, you are aging. And it's something that does not ever ring a bell to the young people. They imagine that they'll remain young forever. And they do not remember things that you're doing today. They hold you accountable. You have a responsibility to yourself today, because what you do today translates to what you become at my age. And it cuts across what you eat, what you think, those that you associate with. These things will come back to you in a few years to come, and you look back, you cannot change them, that's history. But you're lucky to have people that can mentor you, that can help you find who you really are and what you need to be doing. One thing I'll ask you of, can you give your life to the person who gave you that life? Because you never find direction if you're not in him. He knows what he puts in you, and none of you is empty. Each one of you has something in them, and they'll be demanded of it. You don't breathe every day for nothing. It's for a reason. Know why you live. And when you find that, nothing in life will bring you down. Two things: knowing who you are and knowing whose you are. When you give him that life, he'll lead you, you'll find your purpose, you'll be a very fulfilled young man. Nothing will distract you. Not even the peer pressure. Not even the drugs that we hear of today. Not even the sexual identities that you're looking for. You'll be so certain, so comfortable within yourself that nothing takes you away. So give yourself to him. Know why he's giving you bread every day. And know you're loved by your parents. They really love you and they care. Yes.
Wow.
Live responsibly.
Others yongezi kitu. That is final and sealed. Know who you are, know whose you are. Everything you derive your direction from there. That is amazing. Thank you so much for that, Regina. Now, today, our topic today is emotional wellness.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And somebody might be asking, why emotional wellness? I think I am fine. The way I deal with life, the changes and the difficulties. Me niko sawa. But later on, we've seen incidences. I think I was sharing this before even we started. We've seen incidences where a family was doing very much okay in our eyesight. They were laughing, they were having a good time. Then the next day, we are hearing news that, you know, the husband came home, killed the wife, killed the kids, killed even himself. And everybody is just wondering, what happened? But we thought these guys were okay. I think I would want you to explain to us that, because we need to understand how do we know we are emotionally okay, and what is even emotional wellness, and what do we need to know this morning?
I love Kamal because There's something I experience in my therapy room every other day. I have purpose to help people name the emotions that they're going through.
Yes.
There are two things I talk about. Your thinking and your feeling.
Your thinking and your feeling.
Yeah. Because that is what guides your behavior.
Yes.
It's what you feel and how you think.
Yes. That
determines how you're going to behave.
Yeah.
And in most cases, when I ask them to say a feeling, difficult.
Yes.
We talk about the thoughts,
yes.
but the feelings, we are blank.
Yes.
And I do not blame anybody because we never taught this.
Yeah.
Emotions are never discussed. We were never taught in school about emotions.
Yes.
And yet, our performance every day, it's based on how we feel.
Yes.
If you woke up today and you're feeling like this, I feel I'm just
yeah, I'm just there. I don't have any energy.
I'm just
Yeah.
How productive are you that day?
Of course, not 100%.
Why? And you're okay. You're okay. You're not sick. When you say that you're not sick.
Yes.
So to me, emotions are almost everything to me. And yet, they're the least we pay attention to. I encourage every day you wake up, as you dress Regina. This is Regina you're saying.
Yes.
But this is the body. Thankful to Zoe that I'm talking to believers.
Yes.
This is the body that is hosting Regina.
Yes.
So the inner man, the inner woman that I am, determines what I do every other day.
Yes.
But we don't take care of her. Rarely do I dress her.
Yes.
Do you check how Kamal was feeling? When you woke up in the morning, we may not check.
Yes.
We check Nimevanini, our Maima Ching,
Yes.
and not checking how we're feeling that day. Because when we check ourselves, and we understand, I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable, I'm feeling anxious, what is it? I'll get back to check. Regina, why are you anxious? Going there to do this presentation makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yes.
Then I'll get back to my thoughts. Why are you uncomfortable with it, Regina? Maybe I'm not so prepared. It's a new thing. What have you just done? You've addressed your thoughts and you've addressed how you're feeling.
Yes.
You've dressed yourself emotionally. So as you step out there, you are okay.
Yes.
You didn't need to take a Panadol.
Yes.
You just checked how you're doing. So when we talk of emotional wellness, it's that ability to be self-aware emotionally.
Yes.
That ability to understand what is it that I'm going through right now and how am I managing this? What do I need to do about what I'm feeling?
Yes.
And when you do that, you are in charge of emotional awareness. If there's anything that is of concern, people talk about, I'm so stressed. What's stressing you? And are you really stressed? Are you angry? Are you anxious? Are you overwhelmed? What is it? Are you frustrated?
Yes.
Name the feeling.
Name the feeling.
Name it.
Don't just generalize.
I'm feeling good.
Yes.
What is good? I'm feeling fine. What is, in fact, good is not a feeling.
Yes.
I'm feeling so bad. Why are you feeling so bad? It's because of a combination of a number of emotions that you're going through that are now summing up to you feeling the way you're feeling. So emotional awareness, it's ability even to regulate your own emotions. And actually, when you understand where you dwell emotionally every other day, then you're on top of things.
Wow. Why were we not taught this in school?
I keep on wondering.
Because these are some of the fundamental things that could have been, included in our curriculum, because they help you understand who you are. So this is something you're supposed to do every day.
You know what, Kamal?
Yeah.
When you do that, you not get to that action that you sit and surprise yourself also. Because I remember you've seen.
Yes.
You look at our family and you're like, they're doing so good. Yes. These are very wonderful couple. Yes. The family is good. And then after a week, you're like, you know what?
Yes.
Regina committed suicide. You're like, no.
What?
Regina, why would she?
Yes.
Because she was never on check. then she was also playing to what people think she should be. Just masking.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of energy for you to present yourself in a certain way that you're not.
True.
I'll give an example of maybe a leader, like start even with church where we're familiar.
Yes.
This is what we expect of our pastors and their wives. We look up to them, we put them up there.
Yes.
So they find it difficult to come down to our level and even tell us what they're going through.
Yes.
And in most cases, we've not been helped to find somebody that you can trust and pour our hearts to and tell them what you're going through.
Yes.
Be naked before them and never be ashamed.
Yes.
So what do we do? Every Sunday morning, I'll come and present me the way you expect me, put a face, and tell you God is good.
Yes.
And after that, I get to my room and cry myself to death. Okay?
Yes.
It takes a lot of energy.
Yes.
When my body cannot take more, then I feel this problem is too much for me. I need to get a permanent solution to this.
Yes.
What do? Well, it could start by some bit of a withdrawal. I'm getting a bit depressed and not attended to.
Yes.
Then I'll get to that point of feeling like, no, I've taken enough.
Yes.
Let me just get a permanent solution to
Yes.
this. And I'll not just do it to me. Just go with
To
my entire family.
Everyone around me.
Now, didn't that one take a day? No.
Yeah.
It is cumulative.
Cumulative.
It's cumulative. That's why we need to do our check every other day. And when you're self-aware, you get to understand that, no, for the last 1 week I've not been feeling well. What is it? I'm struggling with 1, 2, 3 things.
Yes.
So what do I need to do? I need to go see my pastor. I want to go see my parents. I want to be with my friends. You're able to know who to go to because of what you're going through.
Yes.
And it will help you to stay emotionally well. Yeah, we need to check.
Wow. Maybe the next conversation I want to introduce right now is probably as a person you're doing the best that you can to make sure that you're emotionally okay. You're checking yourself and all these kind of things. But what if you're in an environment where external factors are the ones that are causing harm to your well-being? Maybe a relationship, maybe a violent relationship, or those kind of issues are the ones that are now causing you pain. How do you deal with that if you're in that kind of situation? Because many again are there, but they don't speak out, and they end up even being depressed and even to worse situations. What do you do?
Kamal, that's a very fundamental question that keeps, actually it worries me every other day when I look at our young people going through issues that I feel like they shouldn't be going through them. They need to speak out. It's in the public domain that actually in the universities, that's do I want to call it the intimate partner violence? It's acceptable. Sorry to the parents who would want to imagine that their daughters are being abused out there and it's really happening. Why do we stay in abusive relationships?
Big question.
I start by asking, which I know they keep on asking, how did I find myself here? Yeah. This happens because of things that we went through at times. Just one of the reasons. Like when we started, I told you our bodies remember so many things. And parenting is very core because what we do to our children actually determines quite a bit of what they become socially and the relationships that they form. If I grew up in an environment where I have witnessed people that I look up to doing a lot of violence, I look at mom and dad, the way they relate with each other. It's too much violence. I'm inclined to have a coalition with either. One is a victim, the other one is the survivor of it. No, the abuser and the victim. I'll either choose to have a coalition with the survivor or with the abuser or the victim. So it will be either mom or dad. So when I grow up, remember it's registered at the back of my mind.
Yes.
Actually, this is how life is done. But I wouldn't want to get married to a man
who does these
things. So I've taken coalition with Mom. That men.
It's actually even shaping your perception about men.
So when I'm looking for now the girlfriend, because it's a natural, actually it's a developmental task that we have. At some point we want to love and we want to be loved. So when I'm forming those relationships, I'm looking for a man now, for a boyfriend, like you call them.
Yes.
Do you know, I'll look for a person like my father, who I really said I wouldn't want to be a victim like my mom was. I wouldn't want to get married to a man that is. One, it's because when I was growing up, I had two options. Either to be the abuser or to be the victim. Yeah, the brain will have two options. That's what I know. You're the abused or you're the victim. So when I formed this, I've chosen this boy that actually I can either control or he controls me.
Yes.
That's
the two options again.
The two options again. So we find yourself in that relationship. Now, once you write inside there, there's something that happens. You see this, it is not right, and you know it is, but you're like, no, I think it's going to change. We'll work it out. It's me, the self-blame comes in. Maybe it's me who's not doing enough. Let me see what I need to do. And you allow so many things into your life, emotionally. Today, he shoves you, you don't talk about it. Tomorrow, you don't need to dress the way you're dressed. You leave, he's calling, where are you, who are you with, why haven't you come? Now, you perpetuate and you allow him space to treat you the way he's treating you, because this is what you're used to. So we find ourselves in those spaces because this is what we've known, and we allow ourselves to be abused or even to abuse because this is what our brains have known. Then when it is done to us, now the person I am gets eroded. Remember, I have some deficit and the adversities as I was growing up. Now I've gotten a partner who is doing the same things that I saw my mom and my dad do. I start even doubting me. The little competence I had goes down. The self-esteem that I had. So now I'm left thinking that I'm actually this helpless, this useless person. I'm not up to what I need to be as a friend, as a wife, as a fiancé. I'm not there. Now, what does that one do to you, Kamal? The perception of life completely changes. Of self distorted, and you give in to either something unhealthy to help you deal with this. That's why you get people getting into drugs because I can't manage this. I thought I was good enough, I'm not. You start doing things to cope with this. If you're not doing anything, you even become violent yourself to manage what you witness. So I'll say children fight. Are they children? No. They're young adults. They find themselves in those relationships and allowing themselves to be abused because of also what they went through in their childhood. And nobody is telling us, why am I so abusive? Trust me, nobody wants to be abusive to their friend, and nobody is planning to sit there and be abused, but we find ourselves staying there. There's so much that needs to be given, information and also how to address these adversities, both to those that have, we all have our levels of adversities anyway, and also for parents to know how to parent and to reduce these adversities.
Wow. There is so much. Okay, I'm also learning here because I'm thinking. So, being an adult is formed by so many even internal things, leave alone the external. That you're growing taller, you're having muscles if you're a man, and all this kind of things. So even internally, there's so many things we have picked from our childhood that is also muscling up if we don't address it. So my question is, then if somebody realizes that they're in that kind of situation, what do they do? Do they find a therapist? Do they address it, try to talk to their spouses if they're they're the victims or that kind of thing? What do they do?
That's another challenge.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be a good thing for you to realize. The realization, it's the first step. That I think this is not okay. When you get to that point, you're good enough.
You're good. At least you know something is not right.
Yeah. And you've acknowledged yourself that something is not right. What needs to be done is get some information about what are some of these things. How would I know that this relationship that I'm in is an abusive relationship? When you get to know that actually when the first one is done, don't dismiss, because we dismiss. The first thing that you need to do is start actioning with the first sign. A red flag. For instance, please just raise it. When you've met, maybe you formed a relationship, let me call it that, and immediately this person is telling you, by the way, I'm not sure I want, in fact, they are not that kind. I don't dress that way. You can't dress that way. You go with you to judge. That should be the first thing. That's something. I mean, allow me my space. Let's agree on, if you're not comfortable with my dressing, let's have a conversation. But it's not you telling me. No, that's contrary. When I'm calling you either as the girl or the boy and I'm telling you, hey, it's, Kwani, where are you?
Kwani, where are you?
There's that asking of concern. And there's the asking of, I need to know where you are. That should be a concern for you. Is it that you don't want to know where I am? Or is it that he's worried about me? Some bit of insecurities. Don't say you change a man. Don't you ever say that you're going to change a woman. I'm not saying they may not change, but accept what you have and work with what you have. So that's the time you make a decision. Can I manage this? Do I want to live this way? If I'm not comfortable, I want to live this way, then you can just take a walk. Because emotional abuse is real and it will drive you to mental health issues. If you feel that this can be managed, seek help. In fact, go talk to a therapist. When the two of you are willing in this relationship, because the relationship is about two people, it can be worked through. You can do we call them childhood adversity scores, where you are at. If you feel like your parents never validated you, you start validating yourself because you can't go back to them. And they did what they knew best then. So you'll be given a lot of tools on how to start doing things right, how to catch yourself having very disempowering thoughts, because we always are a product of our thinking and our feeling. You'll be trained on how to now start dealing with the small Regina who is affecting now the mama Regina that I am today.
The adult,
Actually, I may not remember the person who said it, but he said that the baby boy is mastering the man that you are today.
Oh.
Yes.
The baby boy?
It's mastering the man.
The man.
That's it.
Wow.
So you'll be taught how to understand when the small girl is talking and when the lady needs to take charge, so that actually getting some bit of family history, family of origin will give you a lot of power. Knowing how you were brought up and also scanning your family and understanding what kind of a family that we are. You'll be able to see some of the dysfunctionalities. You'll be able to see maybe some of the mental health issues that we have because it runs in our family. You'll also understand how we do our communications, how we resolve our issues. And this will be things to guide you on how to make this decision. Do I stay and manage? Do I seek help? Is it a family thing that we have and you need to address? So you'll have all the information to be able to make the decisions that you need to, but seek help. And if you seek help, the two of you, it will be very good, because what happens, it's you are abused and I was abused, and we attract to each other because of how we are wired.
Yes.
I was a victim, you are the abuser, and when these two personalities come together, it is disastrous. Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to imagine when these two people come together, and then now there are children involved, who grow up seeing now the kind of mess that is going on here, how the wife is being battered by the husband, how there's always war and all these kind of things. Then now you now provide another environment for a child to grow with options of, I can either be a battler or I can either be a victim. And the cycle continues.
Yes, the cycle continues. You need to break it. And now breaking it is the knowledge that you need to have, so that you can change how we are parented, which is also a task, because in most cases, we want to parent how we were parented by children. But I appreciate the generation that you are in. You're better intentional in your parenting. And it doesn't require so much. It's that time with your children. Imagine just a hug. A hug for that baby means the world to them. And they just need to be listened to be allowed space to explore their world and feel that there's support around it, to be safe in their home. Can you imagine, Kamal, issues to do with trust the beginning? When you're holding that customer, the fact that I cried and nobody fed me, can I trust you? The fact that I was wet and nobody changed me, what are you telling me? So parents have a greater responsibility. I feel like we may not be able to change people, but if we want to change the world that we want to see tomorrow, we need to start now with the babies that we're receiving. Adversities are things like neglect. That could be all the basic needs. Emotionally absent for your children. Criticisms that you think you're correcting them. Imagining their children that they do not have feelings, they do. Just like you, they want to be shouted at when you have your peers there. They also don't want to be addressed that way when they are playing with their peers.
True.
When you do that, is what you take away from them. We keep on taking away from them as we're raising them, and that's why now they choose to look at somebody so learned, and they're doing things that you call babalik. Why do you have to beat your wife? Why do you have to?
So sad indeed.
Because of what we parents have taken them through. So we need to break the cycle. Let's understand how we were brought up, and then choose to bring our children in a better way, that they become better persons to be with them. In relationships, with all the social skills that, I'm not happy, and I'll be able to tell you without blaming you. I'm just expressing how I'm feeling. We need to encourage our children to know it is okay to cry. Yeah, you cried because something was not right. But after crying, verbalize, because I can't read your crying. Tell me in words, what are you feeling? What do you want to be done? That way you're nurturing them to be able to articulate their issues and also to talk about the emotions. Encourage them to talk about the emotions.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you joined us this morning, we're having a conversation with Regina Mobila, a clinical psychologist, and the conversation is all about emotional wellness. And my God, we are learning this morning. We'd love to know, in case you have any question, please write to us. We have numbers on your screen. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. We're also live on our website, www.zoitv.co.ke. Let's hear your story. The way you are today, were you affected maybe by the things that you saw as a child? Are you starting to realize that? Would love to hear from you. So I can see time is also gone. Yes, already. But I had so many questions, but it's out to just maybe to conclude, Regina. Now that in your line, in your line of work, has there been like testimonials where you've seen people come completely with issues? They have gone through issues, they have spoken to you, but the fact that they were willing to follow the steps and everything that you were advising, their life just came back together and their families. And how did that feel?
Oh my. Kamal,
yes.
I may not eat,
yes,
but when I touch her life,
yes,
when I find people shift their perspective and say, by the way,
yeah,
we are not divorcing, and not living, we work on this.
Yes.
That's what makes my day.
Yes.
It gives me a lot of joy. I love families. I've got a number of them that come to me having given up.
Yeah.
And when we talk of what happened,
yes,
because we don't ask them what is wrong, it's going to understand what happened. Now that I have the knowledge of, it's not them really, it's where they're coming from. Yes. And we go back to that journey. We do something we call the river of life, and they're like, you mean? When they get their aha moment, then they're willing to work on their relationship. Yes. They do. And especially when they come, the two of them, and they want to know what is it that we're not doing right. I found marriage is being restored, and it makes me feel good.
Wow, great. Maybe you can go ahead and tell us about your services and how people can be able to find you, maybe your number, social media platforms, and that would be good.
Well, we're based in Nakuru,
Nakuru City. Hey, it's now a city.
It's a city.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nature Plaza, second floor, room 6, next to Mache Hardware. We're there from 8 to 5.
Yes.
And my numbers?
Yes, sure.
0717 626 182. If you call that number, you'll always find Regina. Not so active on Facebook, but I'm still there.
Yes.
If you visit us, we'll be happy to have you and explore things to do with mental health, relationships, and also we do burnout. Yes. For you, Kamal, you need to be helped to do with burnout issues.
Burnout issues.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yes, for corporate, you do burnout.
Yes.
And for counselors, we do supervision.
Okay.
For families, we're having actually a program that is upcoming.
Yes.
We call it Hold Me Close.
Okay.
We'll be doing it
Hold Me Close.
Yes. When you do that.
Okay.
For couples.
Yes.
So that they become better people, better parents, and enjoy marriage because it's supposed to be enjoyed.
Enjoyed.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah. Sikuvumilia.
Yeah. So
join us. You see how you can enjoy that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Regina, we appreciate you, Sana. Pass our regards to your family and also to your team, and keep up with a good job.
Thank you, Kamal.
Yes.
And thank you for the call and the opportunity to be part of Zoe today.
Awesome. Yes. Looking forward to invite you to have now another conversation, especially about mental wellness and mental health. I think it's also very important.
It is.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, asanteni sana for joining us this morning. Well, it is our hope and prayer that you have learned one or two things, if not for yourself, on behalf of your loved ones, and even your neighbors, people that you can speak to, because this is very important. So we really want to wish you an amazing day ahead. We have amazing programs coming up. We have a movie, M-O-V-I-E, in the afternoon. And so you want to, stay tuned and enjoy the programming. Until tomorrow morning, same time, same place. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Salute.
Where am I?